All right, get ready to dive into the world of dogs.
We're going deep today.
You sent us a list of 50 dog facts, and some of these are seriously
I
mind-boggling.
know, right?
Get ready to have your assumptions challenged and your love for these furry creatures deepened.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's jump right in.
Let's do it.
You know how some dogs circle before they do their business?
Uh-huh.
Well, get this. They might actually be aligning themselves with the Earth's magnetic field.
It's wild, isn't it?
So researchers actually follow dogs around with compasses.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow, that's dedication to science.
It really is.
So what's going on there?
Well, studies have shown that when the Earth's magnetic field is stable, dogs tend to position themselves on like a north-south axis when they poop.
Wow.
While we still don't fully understand why they do it, it suggests that dogs might be sensitive to magnetic fields, just like some birds and other animals. Maybe it helps them with navigation or marking territory in a way we haven't quite figured out yet.
So next time you're on a walk and your dog starts doing circles, maybe hand them a compass. You never know.
Right.
They might be onto something. Now, speaking of dogs with unique talents, have you heard about the Norwegian Lundehund?
Oh, yeah.
This breed is the only one with 6 toes on each foot.
It's crazy.
6 toes. What could they possibly need all those toes for?
So they were originally bred to hunt puffins. On the steep, rocky cliffs of Norway,
Oh, wow.
those extra toes give them incredible grip and balance, allowing them to navigate terrain that would make other dogs just slip and slide.
Wow.
They can even bend their heads back to touch their spines.
Wow. Talk about a specialized skill set. I can barely touch my toes, let alone bend my head back that far. It makes you wonder how those traits developed over time.
It's a testament to the power of natural selection
Yeah.
over generations. Those Lundehunds with better grip and flexibility were more successful hunters, and those traits were passed down to their offspring.
Okay, get ready for this one. You might have heard of a town electing a cat as mayor. But have you ever heard of a dog mayor?
Oh, yes.
Duke, the dog, was elected mayor of Cormorant, Minnesota back in 2014.
Yeah.
You've got to wonder, what does that say about us?
Well, some might say it's just a bit of fun, a way to celebrate a beloved member of the community.
Yeah.
But maybe there's more to it. Maybe it reflects a desire for a different kind of leadership, one that's less about politics and more about loyalty, simplicity, and unconditional love.
It's like saying, hey, maybe we could learn a thing or two from our canine companions. Speaking of brainy canines, have you heard of Chaser, the border collie?
Oh, of course.
She knows over 1,000 words.
That's incredible.
That's more than some toddlers.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's true. Chaser's a remarkable example of canine intelligence.
Absolutely.
And what's even more impressive is that she doesn't just memorize words, she actually understands them.
Well,
She can categorize objects, fetch specific items by name, and even learn new words by process of elimination.
wait, so she figures out what a new word means by ruling out the words that she already knows. That is incredible.
It really challenges our assumptions about the cognitive abilities of dogs.
Absolutely.
Maybe their potential for language and learning is far greater than we've given them credit for.
It's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder how much more they could understand if we communicated with them differently. Now, let's dig into some dog history. It turns out dogs were domesticated much earlier than we thought.
Right.
Right.
A Cornell University study puts it somewhere between 9,000 and 34,000 years ago.
Wow.
And here's where it gets interesting. You often hear that dogs evolved from wolves.
Yeah, I always thought that was the case.
It's a common misconception. Dogs and wolves actually share a common ancestor. They're more like distant cousins who branched off from that ancestor thousands of years ago.
So it's not that dogs came from wolves. It's more like they share a great-great-great-grandparent way back when.
Exactly.
And over time, they've walked very different evolutionary paths. That's fascinating.
And when you think about it, the Saluki, the oldest recognized dog breed, originated in ancient Egypt around 329 BCE.
So if the Saluki is that old, does that mean they're the closest we get to that ancient ancestor?
Not necessarily. Selective breeding has shaped dog breeds over centuries.
Yeah.
So while the Saluki is ancient, it doesn't necessarily represent the purest lineage.
That makes sense. It's still amazing to imagine those Salukis running around ancient Egypt. And speaking of ancient origins, did you know the oldest cat breed also came from ancient Egypt?
It seems like they were really ahead of the curve when it came to domesticating animals.
Yeah.
Both cats and dogs held important roles
Oh.
in their culture and beliefs.
Okay, here's a fun fact that caught my eye. Dalmatians are born completely white and develop their spots as they get older.
It's like a built-in slow-motion reveal.
Now let's talk about a breed that's built for extreme conditions. The Alaskan Malamute can withstand temperatures as low as a negative 70 degrees Fahrenheit. How do they survive that kind of cold?
They've got some serious insulation going on. Their thick, double coat of fur acts like a natural parka, trapping heat close to their body.
Wow.
They also have adaptations like a compact build and small ears that minimize heat loss.
So basically they're like furry little tanks built for the Arctic.
Yeah, pretty much.
But even tanks need a good cuddle, right?
Exactly.
Now this next one might surprise you. The Basenji is known as the barkless dog.
Interesting.
But don't be fooled, they're not silent.
Oh.
You might hear them make a sound that's been described as like a yodel, a yodeling dog.
That's hilarious what's going on there.
Well, the shape of their larynx is different from other breeds, which prevents them from making a traditional bark.
So no woof, but plenty of yodel, I-hee-hoo.
Something like that.
All right, last one before we move on. This one is seriously mind-blowing. Dogs can actually be trained to detect cancer in humans.
It's amazing, isn't it?
How is that even possible?
It's all about their sense of smell. They can detect subtle changes in the chemical composition of our breath, urine, or even sweat that are associated with cancer cells. So they're literally sniffing out disease.
Pretty much.
That's both amazing and a little unsettling.
Think of it this way. Early detection is crucial for successful cancer treatment, and dogs could potentially play a vital role in that process.
Yeah.
It's a testament to the unique bond we share with dogs, and how their abilities can benefit us in remarkable ways.
It's like having a furry, four-legged superhero by our side. Speaking of heroes, let's shift gears and talk about a dog who became a Hollywood legend, Rin Tin Tin.
Oh yeah, Rin Tin Tin.
He was rescued from a World War I battlefield and went on to star in over 20 silent films in the 1920s.
Wow.
His intelligence, athleticism, and charisma captured the hearts of audiences worldwide.
He really was a star.
It's hard to imagine a dog becoming a global superstar back then. What was it about Rin Tin Tin that resonated with people?
I think he embodied the traits we often admire in dogs. Loyalty, courage, and intelligence.
Yeah.
His films often portrayed him as a heroic figure, rescuing people from danger and righting wrongs.
He became a symbol of hope and resilience. During a time when the world was still recovering from the war,
Yeah, makes sense.
he really paved the way for all those canine actors who followed in his paw prints. And speaking of famous dog lovers, we can't forget Queen Elizabeth II and her unwavering devotion to corgis. She's owned over 30 of them throughout her reign.
It's a lot of corgis.
The corgi has become synonymous with the British monarchy, thanks in no small part to the Queen's affection for the breed.
It's true.
They've even made appearances in popular culture, starring alongside Daniel Craig as James Bond in the opening ceremony of the 2012 London Olympics.
Oh, wow.
Sharing the screen with James Bond, those corgis have lived a more exciting life than most humans. Okay, time for a quick anatomy lesson. Did you know dogs have 3 eyelids?
Yeah.
That's true. The third eyelid, called the jaw, acts like a protective shield for the eye, keeping it moist and clean and protecting it from injury.
That's really cool.
It's like having built-in goggles. No wonder they can run through bushes and fields without a care in the world. All right, here's a fact that sent a shiver down my spine. There's a theory that packs of wild dogs, roaming around after the fall of the Roman Empire, might have contributed to legends of werewolves.
Oh, wow.
Imagine encountering a pack of those dogs in the dark, their eyes reflecting the moonlight.
Spooky.
It's easy to see how fear and superstition could transform those encounters into tales of mythical creatures.
Right.
It gives a whole new meaning to the phrase, beware of dog. And speaking of ancient Rome, let's talk about the origin of the phrase, dog days of summer. If you ever wondered where that came from. So the ancient Romans noticed that the hottest days of summer coincided with the rising of the star Sirius, which they referred to as the dog star. They believed that the combined heat of the sun and Sirius was responsible for the scorching temperatures. So next time you're sweating buckets in the middle of July, you can blame it on a star.
Okay.
Now here's another historical tidbit. Ancient Romans also believed that amputating a dog's tail could prevent rabies.
Oh, wow.
It highlights how much our understanding of animal health has evolved over time. We now know that rabies is a viral disease transmitted through bites, not through the presence or absence of a tail.
Absolutely.
It's a reminder to appreciate the advancements in veterinary medicine that help keep our furry friends safe and healthy. Speaking of canine heroes, have you heard the story of Barry, The Saint Bernard, who saved dozens of lives in the Swiss Alps.
Of course, Barry's a legend.
He was trained to locate and rescue travelers lost in the snow.
Amazing.
His keen sense of smell, unwavering determination, and gentle nature made him the perfect alpine rescuer.
It's an incredible story.
Can you imagine being lost in a blizzard and
Yeah.
seeing that furry face appear through the snow?
Oh, yeah.
It would be like a miracle.
He truly embodied the loyalty and bravery that St. Bernards are known for.
All right, here's a fun fact that will make you look at certain dog breeds a little differently. The Chinese Chow Chow and the Shar Pei are the only two dogs with black or purple tongues.
Really?
And the reason for their unique tongue color is still a mystery.
Wow.
Some theories suggest genetics or pigmentation, but we haven't cracked the code yet.
It's interesting how much we still don't know.
It's a reminder that there are still so many unknowns in the animal kingdom.
It's true.
Okay, let's talk about another amazing canine ability. A bloodhound's sense of smell is so acute that their findings can be used as evidence in court.
I've heard about that.
Bloodhounds possess an extraordinary sense of smell, with up to 300 million scent receptors in their noses. To put that into perspective, humans have a measly 5 million.
Wow, that's a huge difference.
They're practically smelling in high definition.
Yeah.
They can follow scent trails for miles, even days after they were laid.
That's incredible.
Their ability to track missing persons or suspects is unparalleled.
It's amazing.
They're like four-legged detectives with superpowered noses.
Yeah. Exactly.
Speaking of remarkable partnerships, let's talk about Bill Irwin, the first blind man to hike the Appalachian Trail. With the help of his seeing eye dog, Orient.
What an amazing story.
Their journey was a testament to the profound bond between humans and dogs. They faced incredible challenges along the 2,100-mile trail,
Wow.
but their trust in each other and Orient's unwavering guidance helped them overcome every obstacle.
It's inspiring.
Can you imagine tackling something like that with your dog by your side?
That would be incredible.
It's a testament to the power of teamwork and the incredible things we can achieve when we trust our canine companions.
I agree.
Okay, from rugged trails to glamorous grooming. Let's talk about the iconic poodle cut. Did you know that that elaborate hairstyle was originally designed for a practical purpose?
I did not know that.
Believe it or not. It was intended to aid in buoyancy while swimming.
Really?
Poodles were originally bred as water retrievers, and those pom-poms on their legs and tail were thought to help keep them afloat.
So it was both fashionable and functional.
But I never would guess.
It just goes to show that even the most seemingly frivolous aspects of dog breeding often have roots in practicality.
Now let's talk about a common dog behavior that you've probably seen countless times.
Hmm.
Why do dogs curl up in a ball when they sleep?
Oh, I'd do that too.
It's an instinct that stems from their wild ancestry.
Oh.
By curling up, they conserve heat and protect their vital organs. In the wild, a curled-up dog is a smaller target for predators and is better able to defend itself if attacked.
That's fascinating.
It's like a cozy little security blanket.
Ah.
Now, let's debunk a common myth. Dogs don't just see in black and white, right?
Right.
That's a common misconception.
It is.
While their color vision isn't as vivid as ours,
Okay.
they can still see a range of colors, just less intensely.
Interesting.
However, they do have superior low-light vision, thanks to a reflective layer in their eyes called the tapetum lucidum,
Wow.
as well as more light-sensitive cells in their retinas.
That makes sense.
So they might not appreciate a vibrant rainbow the way we do, but they can definitely see better in the dark.
Yeah.
Okay, it's time to address a serious issue that's affecting dogs worldwide. Obesity is the #1 health problem in dogs today.
That's true.
What are the main culprits behind this epidemic?
The same factors that contribute to obesity in humans play a role in dogs: overfeeding, lack of exercise, and underlying medical conditions.
And just like in humans, excess weight can lead to a host of health problems in dogs, including joint issues, heart disease, and diabetes.
That's sad.
So it's not just about their appearance, it's about their overall well-being. What can we do to help our furry friends stay trim and healthy?
It's all about maintaining a balanced lifestyle.
Yeah,
Portion control is key, ensuring they're getting the right amount of food for their size and activity level.
it makes sense.
Regular exercise is crucial, whether it's daily walks, playtime in the park, or a good game of fetch.
And just like humans, dogs need regular checkups with their veterinarian to monitor their health and catch any potential issues early on. Now let's talk about a breed that often gets mistaken for a wolf.
Yeah.
The German Shepherd's resemblance to wolves is no coincidence, right?
Yeah, right?
It's in their DNA. The German Shepherd was once called the Alsatian wolf dog.
Oh, wow.
The breed was developed in Germany in the late 19th century,
Okay.
and its intelligence, trainability, and yes, that wolf-like appearance made it a popular choice for herding, guarding, and police work.
They're beautiful dogs.
Speaking of impressive size, let's talk about Zeus, the Great Dane who holds the Guinness World Record for tallest dog.
Oh, yeah, Zeus.
Zeus measured a towering 44 inches tall, which is 3.7 feet.
Wow.
That's taller than most toddlers.
That's massive.
I can't even imagine trying to walk him on a leash. He probably needs his own zip code.
He probably does.
Now, let's face it, not all dog breeds are created equal when it comes to trainability.
It's true.
Some breeds are known for their independent nature and strong will, which can make obedience training more challenging. Like, they were originally bred for hunting and working roles. That required them to think independently and make their own decisions.
It makes sense.
So it's not that they're not intelligent, they just have a mind of their own.
Exactly.
Speaking of understanding different breeds, how does the American Kennel Club, or AKC, categorize all those different dogs?
So the AKC recognizes over 190 dog breeds and divides them into 8 groups based on their traits and historical roles.
Okay.
These groups include herding, sporting, hound, terrier, working, toy, non-sporting, and miscellaneous.
So it's like a canine filing system. That helps us understand the diversity and purpose of different breeds.
Exactly.
Okay, back to presidential pets. You know I love a good dog story. And this one's a doozy. President Roosevelt's dog, Fala, inadvertently caused quite a stir during World War II, if you've heard about this.
Oh, yeah.
President Roosevelt accidentally left him behind on the Aleutian Islands and ordered a destroyer to go back and retrieve him. Talk about presidential pampering.
That's wild.
Did anyone raise an eyebrow at this grand canine rescue?
Of course.
The detour is said to have cost the U.S. around $15,000, which in those days was a small fortune.
Wow.
It sparked criticism and became a talking point during the election campaign.
Can you imagine the headlines?
President Talay's war effort to rescue pampered pooch.
Yeah.
But Roosevelt was deeply attached to Fala, and he defended his decision, arguing that Fala was furious.
It's a good story.
Just goes to show. The deep bond between humans and their dogs can transcend even the most powerful positions in the world.
Oh.
Okay, let's shift gears from real-life dogs to their fictional counterparts. Remember those majestic direwolves from Game of Thrones?
Oh, yeah.
Well, get this. The northern Inuit dog was used to portray the young direwolves. And here's where it gets really interesting. The breed is sometimes intentionally bred with wolves to maintain its size and wolf-like appearance.
It's amazing how breeding can achieve that.
Okay. As we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I think it's fitting to talk about a dog who made history in a truly extraordinary way. Have you heard of Laika, the first living creature sent into space?
I have.
We're back for the final part of our deep dive into the world of dogs. We've uncovered some pretty amazing facts. Are you ready for more?
Definitely.
Okay. Here's a fact that got me thinking. Did you know the oldest dog and cat breeds both came from ancient Egypt?
That's right.
Both species held significant roles in their culture, from companionship to religious symbolism.
It really shows how connected we are.
It's amazing to think that thousands of years ago, people were forming these bonds with dogs and cats, just like we do today. It speaks to a deep connection that goes beyond time and culture.
You know, it makes you think about that image of a dog curled up in a ball when they sleep. It seems so simple. Yeah. But it says a lot about their evolution and instincts.
Right. Even though our dogs live with us, they still have those instincts from their wild ancestors.
By curling up, they conserve heat and protect their vital organs.
It's a behavior that helped them survive in the wild.
And they still do it today.
It makes you realize they're both vulnerable and strong.
It's those layers of history, biology, and behavior that make dogs so fascinating.
And we're still learning new things about them.
All the time.
This deep dive has only scratched the surface of what there is to know about dogs. But hopefully it's made you more curious and given you a new appreciation for these amazing animals.
I hope so.
Maybe you'll start to see your own dog differently.
Maybe.
Wonder about those quirky behaviors. Or want to learn more about their history and science.
There's always something new to discover.
As we wrap up, we'll leave you with a question to think about. What does your favorite dog fact reveal about them? Does it show their intelligence, their loyalty, their resilience, or their ability to connect with us in a way no other animal can?
Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep celebrating those incredible bonds.
And until next time, remember to give your furry friend a good scratch behind the ears.